As you can see by the title, yes, today we're starting the NBA playoffs. Whatever seed all the NBA teams are at, that's where we're going to pit them in the playoffs. That's going to be their matchups. So you guys know how 4 and 5 face each other. Whoever's 4 and 5 in the East and West, they will face each other. And yeah, just the same for every matchups. Oh, we're going to do the play-in tournament too. But before we start this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We just hit 700 subscribers. Just want to say thank you to you guys. But let's get into this video. Okay, so first we're going to start with the play-in tournament on the west side. So the 9 and 10 seed, that's the Warriors and Lakers. Who do I have? Honestly, I'm a Warriors fan, but I think the Lakers, they just have more than us, so they will eliminate us in the play-in tournament. So the Lakers will go on to face whoever wins between the 7th and 8th seed, and that's between the Mavs and the Suns. Now, the Mavs, they own the Suns, so I'm honestly going to have to lean towards the Mavs. Kyrie and Luka have been playing really good. Booker's in and out of the lineup, so I don't know. I don't think KD can really do this on his own, but assuming Booker's there too, I still have the Mavs winning. So the Mavs take the 7th seed and they make the playoffs. Then it will be the Suns versus the Lakers. And honestly, I don't like this matchup because, yeah, the Suns always seem to lose to the Lakers. But I'm going to really have to ride with the Lakers. So the Lakers take the 8th seed in the West. Now for the East side of the play-in, the 10 and 9th seed, we have the Hawks and the Bulls. The Hawks have no Trae Young. He's been hurt for the rest of the season, so I'm going to have to lean towards the Bulls. So the Bulls will stay at the 9th seed, beating the Hawks, and eliminated them. Now at the 7th and 8th seed, we have the Heat and the 76ers. Now I did hear that Embiid is supposed to be coming back, so I don't really know if that's true or not. But for right now, I would still lean towards the Heat. So the Heat will beat Philly, and then it will be Philly versus the Bulls. And then, honestly, I think the Bulls could beat Philly without Embiid, so Philly's eliminated. So the 7th seed will be the Heat, and the 8th seed will be the Bulls. All right, now that the playoffs is set for 2024, the first round for the East, we have the Celtics versus the Bulls. Now, I do think the Bulls could probably get one game off Boston, but Boston wins this in 5. This is pretty easy for them, I think so. So, yeah, they move on to the next round for sure. Now, the 2nd seed Bucks face the 7th seed Heat. I do think the Heat can beat the Bucks maybe, but last year Giannis was injured, so that was a good reason to why they didn't win. So I'm going to lean towards the Bucks, and plus they have Dame now who can close games for them. Middleton's back, so I'm going to have to lean towards the Bucks for this one. Now, for the next round, we have the 3rd seed Cavs versus the 6th seed Pacers. Now, this is a good matchup to me, but I do think Mitch, Garland, Evan Mobley, they can pull this one out versus Tyrese. Tyrese, he hasn't really been in the playoffs that much, so I'm going to lean towards the Cavs. I feel like they're just a better offensive unit. The defense that they have with the Twin Towers in the back, they just have more firepower than the Pacers, I feel like. So I feel like they can win this in 5 or 6 games. I have the Cavs winning this in 5 or 6 games, yeah. Now we have the 4 and 5 seed, the Knicks versus the Magic. Now the Magic being here surprising because they're a young team. I didn't expect them to be a 5th seed at least, but yeah. But I'm going to have to lean towards the Knicks. Brunson's been on a roll. We're hoping OG and Anoa'i can come back, and Randall. So if they're back, I definitely have the the Knicks winning this. But I'm going to say they win this in 5 or 6 games. The Magic, they don't really have that playoff experience. They're kind of young, and this team hasn't been here in a minute. So I'm going to have to lean towards the Knicks. All right, now that we're done with round 1 in the East for most of the teams, we're going to move on to the West now and see who wins round 1 of their matchups too. Let's get into it. Now, round 1, we have the Thunder versus the Lakers. Now, I know everybody's going to lean towards the Lakers because of experience and LeBron James, but you have to understand the Thunder have been a good unit all around with Shea, Jalen Williams, and Chet. So, I don't know. Honestly, I'm going to have to take the Thunder in 6 games versus the Lakers. The Lakers are getting, LeBron's getting older. He can't be your best player anymore. AD's a little inconsistent. We don't know how D'Lo always plays a little suspect in the playoffs. So I'm going to have to lean towards the Thunder. I do think this can go to 7 games, but I'm going to lean towards Thunder in 6 games, honestly. I'm going to go Thunder in 6. Now, we have the Nuggets versus the Mavs. Honestly, I'm going to say this series goes to 7 games, mostly just because of Kyrie and Luka, and I know they're going to push hard to try and beat the Nuggets. So I do think the Nuggets will win this series in 7 games. They will close out the Mavs, but this will be a hard 7-game series, I feel like. I'm going to go Nuggets though in 7. Now we have the Wolves versus the Kings. Now, honestly, I feel like the Wolves, they need Cat because that's their secondary scoring option. But this team's still been playing good with Nas Reed coming off the bench and giving them good points and minutes. Honestly, though, I'm going to have to say the Kings just because they're fully healthy. I think they could beat the Wolves. And this team has been to the playoffs last year, so they have a taste of what that feels like. The Wolves, they've been in the playoffs a lot too, but they've been losing to pretty good teams. But if the Wolves have Cat, I will go Wolves, but they don't have Cat. So I'm going to go Kings in, I'm going to say 6 games. Kings in 6. Now, we have the Clippers versus the Pelicans, the 4 and 5 seed. Now, honestly, the Pelicans, we haven't seen them in the playoffs in a minute, but they have Zion now, Brandon Ingram and Zion. That's a slept-on duo right there. This team is slept on just in general, but I'm going to have to lean towards the Clippers. They have more firepower. Kawhi, hopefully Kawhi's healthy and Paul George. I think they could get past his team, and they still have Harden and Russ. So I think this team will beat the Pelicans. And honestly, I think they'll beat them in 5 games. I don't think it'll be that long. But the Pelicans are still a good team. But I have Clippers in 5 versus y'all. Okay, now we're going to be starting the second round of the playoffs. We have the Cavs versus Bucks. I have the Bucks in 6 games. The Cavs, they're a good unit, but I just think what the Bucks have, they're just going to get past these guys. So this should be not easy. I'm gonna say a hard fought 6 games for the Bucks. I have Bucks in 6. Yep. And then for the next round, we have the Celtics versus the Knicks. Now, this will be a good matchup as well, but the Celtics, they just have more firepower. They're just a better team. I'm going to have to lean towards the Celtics. I have the Celtics in 6 games as well. So now we're going to go head over to the West side, and then we're going to get to these these Eastern and Western Conference finals. Let's get into it. Okay, for the second round of the Western Conference, we have the Thunder versus the Clippers. Now, the Thunder, like I said before, good team all around, but the Clippers, I think with them having Kawhi, he's going to elevate, make them play better, go harder. He's going to play defense. And the Clippers, they have multiple bodies to throw at Shea to defend him. I think Shea will struggle against the Clippers in the playoffs a little bit. Kawhi, I think he will get better and better, rising. But if he gets hurt, then that's a problem. But assuming he's healthy, he's been playing right now, I'm going to have to lean towards the Clippers. I'm going to say in 7 games, though. This will be a hard 7 games. I'm going to go Clippers in 7. Now, for the next round, we have the Nuggets versus the Kings. Now, honestly, I think this is pretty easy for the Nuggets. I'm going to say the Nuggets win this in about 6 games. I think the Kings can win like 2, maybe 5 for the Nuggets. But I'm going to just go Nuggets. I'm going to go Nuggets in 6. I'm going to say 6 games. Nuggets in 6. Now, we're finally getting into the Western and Eastern Conference Finals. We have the Bucks versus Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. I know this is what everybody wanted to see, especially now that they added Dame. The Celtics have Drew. But in this case, I'm going to lean towards the Celtics in 6 games. The reason I'm going Celtics is because I think they just have enough to stop Dame. Giannis is going to be Giannis, of course. Same thing with Tatum and Brown, but I think Drew and Derek White, they can stop Damian Lillard to the point where I'm not going to say like he's useless offensively, but he's not going to make a lot of shots like how he usually does. I'm going to have to go Celtics in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, honestly. Now, for the Western Conference Finals, we have the Nuggets versus Clippers. This is another good one right here. The Clippers, in my opinion, I think they're a little too small for the Nuggets, but with them having Kawhi, who's a playoff riser, I think this can go to 7 games, but I'm going to have to lean towards Nuggets. I do think it will go 7, but I'm going to have to lean towards the Nuggets. Jamal Murray and Jokic with that 2-man game. I think that's just unstoppable. And, yeah, I'm going to just have to lean towards the Nuggets with this one. Harden and Paul George, I don't think they'll give enough to beat the Nuggets either, so I'm going to go Nuggets in 7. Now, for the NBA Finals, we have the Nuggets versus Celtics. In my opinion, I think this will be the finals. These are just 2 of the best teams in the NBA. On the West, I believe the Nuggets are if you want to say OKC because they were the number 1 seed, then okay. But in my opinion, I think the Nuggets are the best team in the West. Celtics, they're the best team in the East. And it's just come down to who's better, who has the best player. And that's where I lean towards the Nuggets. I feel like they have the best player in the series within Jokic. And I just think the Celtics, they don't have Tatum. I don't think he's going to perform like how everybody thinks he will. So I'm going to just lean towards the Nuggets. I have the Nuggets in about I feel like this series could go 7 games, but all right, I'm going to say Nuggets in 7. Yeah, this can go 7 games, of course, because both these teams are good. So I'm going to go Nuggets in 7. So the Nuggets are your NBA champions. They win the finals. They go back-to-back. Do I think they will win next year? I don't know. I have no idea. 3-peat for the Nuggets, that sounds crazy. Since Kobe and Shaq, that would be crazy. But, yeah, I'm going to lean towards the Nuggets to win it this year again. They just been the best team to me, in my opinion. I just don't see nobody beating this team in the 7-game series as of now. So I'm going to just stick with my pick, which is the Nuggets. If you guys like this video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. We just hit 700 subscribers. Thank you guys. I love y'all. We're out. I'll see you guys in the next.